Welcome to online mathematics course with me, Mr. Orange. Alright, so right now in this section, I would like to explain about working with directed numbers, or we just short it as directed numbers. So what is the directed numbers? So the directed number is the number that we consider the size or the magnitude and also its direction. So the numbers that has the size and also the direction, we call it as directed numbers. Right, so in which branch or in which daily problems that we need to use directed numbers in calculation. Of course, here we can apply these directed numbers in, for example, in the bank. When you have the accounts balance in bank, you can express your saving or your debts, right? When you add your money or when you withdraw your money, so it will be uh, plus and minus there, right? So it indicates that we use directed numbers. And the next example in our daily life is the temperature. Right, so as you can see, the temperatures can be uh, high and can be low, right? For example, in our country is uh, hot, maybe, yeah, it's maybe hot more than 30, but in north, for example, or in Europe, or for example, sometimes in the winter it will be very low. It means we indicate the numbers, this temperature, as negative, right? So this is how directed numbers works in our daily life, right? So here we are going to explore more about how to use or calculate the directed numbers. All right. So you have to first understand the directed numbers. It has the sign, right? So if that I mentioned before, it can be positive or negative, right? So basically, for positive sign is the movement or the direction is to the right or the up, and for the opposite direction, it will be to the down or to the left, right? As if you can see the thermometer uh, to see the temperature, if going up it will be positive and going down it will be decrease, it will be negative if under zero, for example, right? So it's only zero that it has no positive or negative, right? uh, all right, let's see the example here. The midday temperature is in Antarctica is negative 10 Celsius, and then the midday temperature in Athens is plus 25 degrees Celsius. So this is how we can use the directed numbers, positive and negative, in the daily life in temperature that I mentioned before. All right. The question here is, by how many degrees in Athens warmer than Antarctica? So you have the information before. In Antarctica, the temperature is negative 10 degrees Celsius, but in Athens is plus or positive 25 degree Celsius. And we need to find how many degrees in Athens warmer than Antarctica. Okay, so it is like comparison, and we need to find the difference, right? So 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing point of water. So negative 10 degree is below this freezing point. All right. So there are 10 degrees from negative 10 up to 0, and another 25 degrees from 0 to up to 25 degree, right? So we add this difference from 0 to the down, negative 10, so it will be 10, and from 0 to the up is 25, so 10 plus 25, it will be 35. So this is the difference temperature between Antarctica and Athens, okay, during midday. All right, so this is how we can use, yeah, the directed numbers. And the next, we can also represent this directed number in number lines. So commonly we call it these directed numbers as integer when it is in number line. So integers are whole numbers and they can be positive, negative, or zero. All right, so it is more specific than directed numbers, right? So we call it now as integers. Okay, on the number line, negative integers are to the left of 0, as you can see here, and the positive integer on the right. Okay, uh, on the right, 0 positive, and on the left, to the left, 0 are negative. Okay, and then since we have these two difference, positive and negative, so we have the comparison here, right? So that's why in order to compare, we need the inequality sign. All right. So the symbol in the symbol in the words and the example here is explained. If the symbol is like it is less than, for example, 5 is less than 8, or in other words, we call it as 5 is smaller than 8. And we have also here less than or equal to. So for example, here we have let's say minus 2 is less than or equal to 0, for example. That, but it's sometimes in inequality we cannot use it because we have the equality, right? But it can be if we are using variable, let's say x less than or equal to 5. All right, so it means this number, it will be from 5 until to the left negative, right? So basically for less than or equal to and greater than equal to, we can use by using variable. Okay, so this is the example of the greater than 27 greater than 3. So this is the inequality signs words in this integer numbers. All right. Another example we have here. On a number line, graph the integer that first this row. The integers is greater than or equal to minus 3. So the solution is that I mentioned before. The number is start with negative 3 to the right. It will be negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2 until infinite positive. Alright, so this is this integer that is greater than or equal to negative 3. Alright, so maybe we can see the questions. We start with level 2 maybe. Alright, the first questions. Which of this number is not an integer? Alright, if you still remember, integer is the number that it has negative, 0, and positive. So, which of this number is not an integer? Of course, which one? Yes, it's D, right? Because it's fraction, so it's not integer. That's to be correct. All right, the next example, a set of integers is plotted on the number line. So a rule that describes this set of integers is, which one? This, you see this red dots, yeah? This starting from minus 4 until 6 years. Okay, so and the arrow is on the right. So what that means? It means that all integers is greater than or equal to minus 4. So it's starting from minus 4 to the right until infinity. Okay, that's correct. Next, for which pair of opposites would you be most likely to use positive and negative signs? Sleeping and walking, licking and hitting, talking and listening, suffix or and depths. Of course, suffix and depths. Sleeping, walking, we cannot measure. Licking and hitting also we cannot measure. Talking and listening we cannot measure as well. So it's suffix and depths, of course. All right. Okay, next questions. Which of these numbers are integer? There may be more than one answer. 0, of course, and then minus 5. 4.3 is decimal and negative 6 half is fraction, so it's not. So only 0 and minus 5 are integer. All right. So this question level 2 is pretty easy. So maybe we need the challenge or the next level, maybe level 3. Look here. All right. So we have this expression x is greater than or equal to minus 3. And then we need to select all values of x that will make the statements true. X equals 4. No. 0, no. So of course it's equal to minus 3. It's still easy for level 3. Huh? I'm sorry. Understood. It's greater than or equal to minus 3. Okay, my bad. It should be 0 minus 4 also. Alright, I'm so sorry. It should be, yeah, it's greater than or equal to minus 3. So starting from minus 3 and then 4 and 0. Right on the right, yeah. I'm so sorry, my bad. Okay. Arrange the integers negative 2, 0, 3, minus 5 in descending order. So what that means in descending order, it's from greatest to smallest, right? Descending greatest to smallest. So the greatest it should be 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 3, minus 5. It should be B, right? All right. So remember, descending is from the greatest to smallest, but the ascending it should be from smallest to greatest. All right, next questions. How many degrees Celsius are there between a temperature of minus 10 degrees Celsius and temperature of 25 degrees Celsius? So it's the same, yeah, with the example before. So it should be 35, right? 10 plus 25, yeah, the same example. All right, the next question. A greater than B, and then we need to select all values below for A and B that will make this is a true statement. A greater than B. All right, A negative 5, B 4. So wrong. A 0, B 1 is wrong. A 2, B minus 7, yes, it's true. A 4 and B minus 4, that is true. So it will be this. Okay, one more questions. All right. So which of these integers, negative 150, 60, negative 170, and negative 100 is closest to negative 7 on the number line? Closest to negative 70. So it will be negative 100, right? negative closets, right? Yeah, negative 100 because others it's too far. All right. So this is how we can apply these directed numbers and works also these directed numbers into some daily life problems, right? So help you understand with my explanation, and then we can see in the next section. See you.